Oh,
Anyways, hi.
good morning.
I know it seems like forever, right?
Because it was forever. This is like a
I
weekly thing,
know.
and like I didn't see your face for 15 days, maybe it feels like, probably longer.
I know.
I was
Remember when
like,
I didn't have remember when I didn't have any internet for like 4 days, and when I finally got it in Mexico, I was like, "Hi, I'm back."
I told you when I talked to you, when I caught up with you on the phone, I was like, this is weird. Like something's missing because like just our daily banter back and forth. I'm like, this is
I
weird. This
know.
is wrong. This should be illegal. Next
Mhm.
time, pay for the data plan, bitch.
I do. I have it. I have US, Mexico, and Canada, but I ain't paying for no internet. Fuck that. It was like $80 a day or something. I was like,
Is that the
no."
only way that when you're on a ship, you can still have
Yeah.
service is by paying for
Yeah. You gotta
Wi-Fi?
buy their
Oh,
Wi-Fi. Yeah. I had it
oh.
was weird. At some point, I had, like, some text messaging come through or whatever, but no internet, like, just yeah, it was nice though, like, 4 days without it. Yeah, but, like, you notice yourself, you're, like, just I wasn't fiending, but I was like, "Oh, I miss some aspects of it." I liked
Yeah.
a lot of things where it was, like, not kind of always reaching for the phone or on the phone or
Mhm.
whatever, and, like, not having to post, thinking about that
Oh,
all day,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
posting, so there were some good things about it, but also I realized, like, okay, better balance. Need to
There you
practice
go.
better balance, right? So so I'm
Speak
and
for
it
yourself. I feel
I
like
know.
I'm just the right amount of balance because work balances me. Work's like, you're gonna be busy today, bitch, so you're never gonna pick up your phone. Because those are the
Yeah,
days when like I pop back into Instagram into like our group thread or like even like your
yeah,
thread between just you and I, and I'm like, whoa.
yeah.
I've told you, like, I've either woken up or, like, I've just gotten a minute at work and I'm like, AI is asking me in Instagram. I don't know if it's ever done that for you, where it's like, "Do you want me to summarize the last 15 messages?" And I'm like, "Oh my god." Like, it's
Oh my
asked me
gosh,
that.
no. Oh
Yes.
my god.
Yeah, in our
I
Instagram
don't
chats, like the one with
I
you
don't
and
message
Mindy.
her that much.
Well, it's like, it's all
I
memes
know.
and us reacting to the memes and stuff like that. So it'll literally ask me, "Do you want us to summarize the last X amount of messages?" And I'm like, "No, bitch. I'm gonna go through
No,
them
bitch,
one by
oh
one."
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
"Oh,
value my
we summarize
friends.
people I don't care about." I'm like, "My friends know." Or the ones that I
Right?
really care about remain on red for a few days. Sorry.
Oh my
Just
god,
told all
that's
my
so
secrets.
funny. I know, right? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, how are you?
I'm good. I'm a little glowy and shiny because I just got off the
Noticed
bike.
that. You look
Yeah.
good. I love that, the
Oh.
after sweat, like, it just seems like it clears everything up.
There's not a whole lot of detoxing for me lately to do. I mean, we went out to dinner with some friends, but, like, they ordered drinks, and me and my husband were like and they're like, "Y'all can't drink." I'm like, "We can, but we don't wanna drink our calories." We're like, "Alcohol
Yeah.
or french fries?" "French fries."
I don't know, it depends on the occasion. Right?
It does, but,
It does,
it
yeah.
wasn't
Oh,
one of
yeah.
those times where I needed, like,
Yeah.
social lubrication, so it was fine.
Yeah. You looked amazing.
Thank y'all. I was like,
Mhm.
"Okay." So we still
Oh
got
my
some, like,
god.
Pocahontas hair going on right now,
You
like,
look so
even
good.
though it's a little bit slept in. All I did was throw a straightener to it. That's it. It's nothing nothing deep.
And you're so
I was
lucky,
like,
though, you have such
"Hmm."
nice, thick, beautiful hair. Mine's so, like, fine and gross and whatever, it is what it is, right? Like, even today it was so oily because I just got my tattoo done on Thursday and, like,
Mm.
you can't get it wet, and so I won't shower for, like, a couple of days because I have to wrap it in Saran wrap and, like, painter's tape, and it's just annoying, right? And so my
Oh.
hair literally is oily every day, like, I have to wash it every day, so it's so gross right now, but it looks okay,
Do you
so we'll
use
leave it
dry
at that.
shampoo?
I do, but dry shampoo only works if your hair's dry. Like, if it's super oily, it doesn't actually work well. Like, I would have to use it
Oh.
the night before and then use it in the morning, so once your hair is super oily, like, it doesn't work the best. It really doesn't, so
Oh, because I mean, I
that's what I
use it as,
found.
like, a refresh, like, after because
Mhm.
I start to get a little oily after day 3 because I wash my hair, like, twice a week, but I'll, like,
Right.
dry shampoo in between, but I thought that dry shampoo was supposed to this guy's, like,
I don't
straight
know.
booty
It
bumping me right
doesn't
now. I
I'll try it
I thought
again,
we're
I mean It just
Yeah,
never
I thought it was
works. Maybe I
supposed to
have a
help
shitty kind.
absorb some of the oil. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
send you mine. I'm gonna send you
Okay,
mine
send
because then it
I have
also
like a
doesn't, it doesn't some of them leave, like, that white residue where you have to
yeah,
kinda, like
that's what
mine doesn't.
okay, send me it. I wanna know.
Okay.
Then maybe I don't have to wash
We've
my
got
hair every day.
we got the visitor again.
Oh, okay, that's okay. We don't
Okay,
mind.
everybody's still sleeping because of the time
Uh,
change. Because you made
oh,
me come
mine
on
woke
early.
up.
I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
shit. Shut up. Um, yeah, mine woke up. I'm like, "What the fuck, man? You guys are up so early."
I knew
Whatever.
mine wouldn't get up because we were out, like, if you saw my
Late.
stories, like, 9 o'clock at night, which is not late, but, like, in
I
perspective of,
know.
like, my life, I was like, "I'm out in the wild still, like, put me in bed, I'm tired."
Out in the wild for dinner.
Yes, but, like, okay, so
I
let's talk about it
know.
really quick.
Yeah,
Let's have a sidebar. Like,
yeah.
we thought that 6 o'clock meeting for dinner was, like, an appropriate time, right?
I think
Even
so,
though it's still
yeah.
kinda semi-early, but, sometimes we're like, "Dude, we're old, we wanna be in bed," like, so we'll ask our friends to meet us at, like, 4.
Well,
But we're
girl,
like,
th
"Okay,
they
well."
these days it's happy hour, man, save some money. 4 o'clock.
So we were like, "Okay, we'll meet you guys at 6." Okay, we left the place at, like, 8, 8:30, I think.
Yeah.
The amount of people, like, we thought it was packed when we got there at 6. No, like, there's people, like, congregating inside, outside, and to the, like,
Mhm.
one side of the building, all waiting for a place to eat, and I was like, "Who eats at 8:30? This
Girl,
is
we did in our
weird."
20s and whatever onwards. We
I'm
did,
aging
we
myself,
did.
huh? Because from 5 to 7 was spent getting ready. But it's so
Yeah,
funny because
yeah.
we were, like, people watching too, because we were trying to, like, circle the parking lot. And then, like, I was just over there commentating, my husband's just laughing at me because he's like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, these people sitting at the car, they try to leave." And I was like, "Babe, they didn't try to leave." I was like, "He tried to see where the after party is." I was like,
the
"Don't you see that little
after.
flask in it?" Yeah, but at this point, it was only, like, 6 o'clock. But, like, the one girl's, like, by the one side of the car, and he's over there, like, facing her. You could see, like, his body posture, and he's, like, holding his little, like, flask that he got from the liquor store. I was like, "Look
Oh
it." I was
my
like, "He got some
god.
Henny or something in that flask." He tried to see what's up for tonight.
How
And
how
my
old were
kids are like,
they?
"Oh my god."
Oh my
Probably in, like
god, yeah.
probably, like, in their late 20s, maybe early 30s, but,
Yeah, yeah.
he
Well,
was
good
like,
for
whatever,
them.
like, he's like, "Fuck Grinder. Let me see what's up with this chick in the parking lot."
Good, go live life,
He's like, "Let
man,
me
get
buy you
out.
a drink."
Yeah, yeah, from the liquor store to save money, not in the restaurant.
It's already not promising, like, I'm not all about the money, but, like, if you're like, "Let me buy you a drink," and you come with a flask from the liquor store in the parking lot and offer me a drink, not the best first impression.
No, no,
Like, when we're, like,
no.
a few months deep, like, we can do that.
Yeah, then the feeling's mutual, right?
Then we're like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 fuck that. Let's go. Let's drink in the parking lot."
Oh my god, I remember those days, so funny. Anyway,
Did you
speaking
ever,
of
like,
drinking
go
what?
no, wait, sorry. Did you ever
No, no.
go? Because I had friends that, like, because we were cheap when we were young, but we wanted to get drunk.
Yeah,
Like, we would sneak, like, water bottles of vodka, like, in, like, areas of our body parts,
yeah,
like, I had a very
mhm,
big chested friend, and so she would
mhm.
stick 'em in between her tatas. Because,
Oh
like, when
my
they pat you
god.
down, they could never find it. So it was just a straight legit water,
Oh.
like a plastic water bottle full of vodka, and she just
Oh my god,
we're
that
so
is
we're so
so
ghetto.
I mean, yeah, back in the day, like, we didn't have pat downs and stuff, so you could, like, sneak things in and stuff, right? But now, no, like, you gotta go into stadiums with clear bags, for
Oh,
games and
yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
You can't
yeah.
take unless it's, like, kids' water bottles, you can't take things like that in, right?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
different day and age now, man. They're not having the same type of fun that we had.
No. Just like that meme where it's like, we had the best, like, adulthood because, like,
We
all the socials weren't
did.
quite, like, prominent yet, so, like, all the dumb
Yes, no
fuckery we did
pictures.
was probably not posted on social.
Girl, the amount of, like, speaker dancing I did on in clubs, like, let's not even go there.
Girl, you could find me on the
Booty
stage or the
dancing.
table. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember there was times in Vegas where, like, we would get tables
Ugh,
and, like, I'd be dancing, like, not just on the couch, but, like, on the top of the couch, and they're like, "Babe, you gotta get
yes.
down." And I'm like, "No,
Oh
no,
my
no,
god,
no,
how many
she's
times they would,
fine, it's
like
cool."
I know, on
I'm
the
like,
counters.
she's living
Oh
that
my god.
best life."
Just yes, just like, Coyote Ugly over here. No,
Yes.
but
Yes,
it
if there
was.
was a stage or a couch or a table that I was allowed to be on, I was on it.
For some brown people, yeah, that was us. Coyote Ugly was all, like, country,
Yeah,
right? Wasn't it? Yeah.
yes, but half the time, like, I knew the promoters or the DJs of the clubs, so they were
Yeah.
just like, come on," and I was like,
Oh.
"Okay."
Oh, I remember we used to go to this other one, back in the day, it was called, like, Funky Planet, but it was, like, right near the border, so, like, so many US people would come there and, like, Canadians, and it was just wild, like,
You're
wild.
like, "I'm gonna find me a US man, I'm gonna become a US citizen."
Oh, I wasn't even thinking that, I was just like, "Let's get drunk."
You're like, "Let's get drunk, eh?" And they're like,
Yeah,
"Huh?"
eh?
Oh my This is how you know we missed each other. We're just, like, on a straight
Yes.
tangent. Okay, well, I guess I should
Anyways,
segue it,
that's yeah,
right?
yeah, I think so.
All right, you guys, welcome back to another episode of Breaking the Cycle, Redefining Weight Loss, Health, and Mom Life. And today we're gonna be talking about vacations, how Dal navigated her what was it, 5-day cruise?
7.
7-day
Yeah,
cruise.
yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah.
this could be super helpful for
6.
people because, I think that a lot of people just equate vacations to like a free for all. And it doesn't
Mhm.
necessarily have to be like that. You could be flexible, you can have fun, you can enjoy the things, but you don't have to go full send on all the things. So go ahead, take it away, Dal.
Exactly. It shouldn't be free for all, actually. I think that's kind of the mindset, not think, I know, is the mindset that I know for me and maybe you too, yes, that you
Hmm.
kind of would go into vacations with.
Oh, yeah.
It was like diet, diet, diet down, and then it would
Hmm.
be like go full fledged cooking.
Yeah, like
Just
straight restrict
ham.
prior and
Yes,
binge all the way and
yes.
give zero fucks and no regard to anything.
Yes. And no walking, no movement, no like,
No.
everything went out the window, all routines, meaning routines that were set up for that
Yeah.
defined period, restrictive
Yeah.
period, and, everything would just go out the window, right? And, like,
Yeah.
so yeah, go ahead. You were gonna say
No.
something?
No, no,
No,
no.
oh, okay, I mean, yeah, like, I think it's so context dependent, right? Like, there are gonna be some tips and tricks and hacks and things like that that I think are universal. Doesn't matter whether or not this is a vacation that you do every year, if it's a once in a lifetime vacation, things like that. So it depends. Like, is for me, I hadn't been on a vacation like that in a very long time. Like, I've been back home, which is sometimes considered a vacation.
But it's
Just things
not.
like that, right? But like not like this where when I go home, I have control over what I eat. I'm still eating the same things. I can set up my environment, buy the same groceries, all of that. But like with a cruise, all you can eat, you know, not having access to I was in Fort Lauderdale for basically a day and a half before we boarded the cruise. So I wasn't really gonna go to the grocery store and go get, like, yogurt or protein shakes or shit like that, right? And
Yeah.
then there's the other piece, like, I don't know where I'm at, and I don't know if I wanna be walking around. I'm already
You're like, "The
hesitant
States is a real
crossing
wild
the
place
border.
right now." You're like, "I'm not a citizen, so
I'm, like, across the street to go to the restaurant, that's it. Do I
doubtfully
need to wear my
expressed
passport on
her
my like,
reservation to come, like, cross United States lines as a Canadian with everything that's been going on."
I'm like, "Do I need to wear my passport like Flava Flav? Where's his clock?"
Stop it! You're like the lady with the, like, lanyard over with the clip on it. I'm okay,
Waterproofing.
I promise I'm legal.
Canadian. No, we're kidding. We don't mean to make, light of it, like, it's horrible, right? But, like, the feelings
It's
are
horrible,
real,
but
like,
if we can't laugh about it, we
off
might
of
cry about it.
I know, but the feelings are real, right? Like, the anxiety's there. But,
Yeah.
so yeah, anyway, so I didn't have that, but they had okay, so, let's start with nutrition. I think that's a
Okay.
good place to start, and then we'll transition into movement. But with nutrition, we often cite things like trying to keep your protein and fiber intake and being intentional about that. Do things like go to the gas station, go to the grocery store, see what you can get, what you have access to. Maybe the hotel you're staying at, they have a breakfast that you have access to these things. I always try to say like stick to like single ingredient foods, things that you're kind of used to eating. So for me, I had certain guardrails for myself and for the cruise, and prior to it was always keep lunch and breakfast like I would eat at home primarily, like to the best that I could. And then dinner was dinner because, again, I can't control dinner at all. And so I'm going to make room for that. And so that's kind of what I did. I just kind of stuck to the buffet, both the hotel and the cruise. Like the buffet had all sorts of single ingredient items. And so I could pick and choose. And that's what I did. And I wasn't like, for me, my mindset wasn't to optimize my nutrition. Like I wasn't going
Yeah.
on this vacation saying, you better get 120 grams of protein. No, like I had no intention of optimizing my nutrition. My whole mindset around it was like, just be intentional. That's it.
Yeah.
Be intentional. Do the best you
But
can.
even
Yep.
well, even if you were like, so you were utilizing a buffet is actually a really great way to navigate your nutrition because even though, like, we don't encourage you to take your kitchen scale on a vacation, please don't do that. Please don't do that on a cruise. Okay. Don't.
But this is
You
but
don't need
this
to,
is
it's
where
not that
the
deep.
but this is where the skill of weighing, measuring, looking at your food over time will transfer over, right?
Exactly. So you
Yeah.
segued me. You basically just
Oh,
laid me
okay.
up for what my point was is that even though you don't have the kitchen scale, you can get your plate at the buffet, head directly to the protein and load up your protein.
Yeah.
At least like what? Like maybe like a half or the whole side of your one plate, and
Yeah.
then do your carbs and veggies on the other like halves that are
Yeah.
left. And then you
Yeah.
know that at least you're getting a lot of your macros and micros in that plate. And then you go ahead and do your dessert later. But like that's
Right.
the best way that I mean, I actually love the concept of a buffet
Right.
because
Right.
you can take as much or as little as you want. And
And
I
there's a
think that that's a
negative
perfect way.
Yeah, there's a negative connotation to it because you think, "Oh, buffet, it's all you can eat, you're gonna eat too much," right? But if we can
Yeah.
reframe it and look at it as if, no, actually, you have way more variety in the sense that you
Can
can
customize it.
actually Yeah, you can customize it, and if you take the balanced plate approach like you just mentioned, there you go, there you have it, right? And that's kinda what I
Mhm.
found myself doing. I didn't opt for, like, customized omelets and, fried eggs and all of these things because again, I didn't know what was being put in with it put like, how much oil they were putting, and they're
Yeah.
dousing oil on it, right?
They're
And
taking a
so
whole
I
ladle of clarified butter and putting that on there. I've watched them do
Yeah.
like, when you order
Well,
an omelet.
there you go, right? And so I just stuck to boiled eggs, and I would literally sit there and peel, like, 4 or 5 boiled
Oh,
eggs, hard-boiled eggs, and, but which was which was
they
fine.
couldn't even give you the peeled eggs? What
No, they
kinda
didn't
shit
even
show
pre-peel
cruise
them.
was
Like,
that? I'm
fucking
just kidding.
peel them. No, seriously,
You're like,
I
"Buy the
know.
pre-peeled ones already, people."
Oh, or
No, they're
boil
more
them and peel
expensive.
them. No. So that and if I wanted bacon, whatever, like, I'd have a piece, or sausage, or there was beans. I didn't have much toast. I just found it, like, too, time consuming. Like grab toast or, have to toast it or whatever. I just like grab the easiest, simplest things that I
Yeah,
could think of that I eat at home. That's what I got. And there was always fruit, right? There was always fruit.
okay.
So, I tried to maximize that as much as I could. Same thing with my kids. And you look at like how my kids eat and they eat single ingredient food. So their breakfast was literally just fruit, yogurt, and some sort of protein source. That's it.
Yeah,
That's Yeah,
yeah,
and so that's like, even them, like, it had to be close to what they were eating at home, and then lunch, same thing. Lunch was and sometimes for breakfast, I would just go to this cafe, and they just had, like, a breakfast sandwich, and I would just have that and fruit just because, like, it was easy and I didn't wanna go to the buffet. Lunch was pretty I just structured it around the proteins, starches, and veggies and, like I mean, there's already gonna be fat in whatever I'm eating, so that's it, right? It's simple,
Yeah.
simple, simple. These guidelines, if and when you practice them for long enough, it really does come to you naturally, and I didn't feel like I didn't have an inclination to want to eat all of the stuff because there is so much stuff there. But not but one thing I've learned over time is that not everything is good.
Yeah.
When we eat for the sake of just eating because it's there and it's different and you have all these options, you just eat it because just that. But
Yeah.
another guardrail I had for myself, especially with dessert, because there are pastries available all day, every day, like all day, everywhere, you know? And and to tell you the truth, like, I had a little bit of, like, just a bite here and there from my kids, and I was like, this is just mediocre, like, this is nothing great. This is not a donut that I would wanna indulge in. That's like right? That's worth it for me, and so for
Yeah.
me, it was, "Okay, I'll eat it if it tastes out of this world.
Yeah.
Cool. No problem. But if it's just mediocre, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna stick to, just one
Then
second.
got two Tim Tam cookies.
Yeah, you
This
too.
one having two.
Okay.
Chicken out two.
Yeah. Mm.
I love how you said yes, but he's still justifying it. And
I know. Yeah. So,
you're like, yeah.
uh,
And he's like, da, 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 da."
yeah.
And you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Take the
Like
yes. Take the win, kid. Go.
those damn Tim Tam cookies. I know
Bye, babe.
it's like 9:30 in the morning
Sir
and they
Charles
want to.
says hi.
Oh, hi. What up? um Yeah, so my whole thing was like, I'm gonna have dessert, I'm gonna have it at dinner, and even then, if it's really, really good, then I'll eat it. And I like cobblers, like apple cobbler, blueberry cobbler, and they had it, but they're
Ooh.
really small portions, so it wasn't like a huge. I ate the whole damn thing and I enjoyed it, but overall, throughout the week, I just didn't. It wasn't because I was restricting myself. It was just no, it doesn't like it's not worth it. It's just not
Yeah.
worth it to me anymore. I'm not going to eat for the sake of just eating and just because it's there, right? I love
Yep.
soft serve ice cream. So cool. They had that available every day and I probably had it a couple times. Whatever, right? Like so that's how I approached the nutrition part of it. And dinner was dinner. Like I am going to have whatever I have. What can I do to, adapt in terms of like, can there be more protein? Well, yeah, like they had risotto, pasta, even like butter chicken, oh my god, their Indian food was fucking out of this world.
Wow. Nice.
Oh my god, it was so
You're like,
good.
I need to meet the cook that's cooking this Indian food.
Well, they're probably from India, right? Like, there's probably so many, and that's the experience I've had before, and I was just like, "Fuck, man," and so I would just ask for extra chicken. So same thing,
Now,
like
was your
risottos. Yeah.
dinner also a buffet or was it actually
No,
more
so
of a
the
plated meal?
Yeah, so the dinners were sit-down meals at the,
Okay.
dining hall, but there was options, right? Like, every day was a theme, but there were options of, like, 6 or 8 different, meals that you could get, and they always had an Indian option. I think I opted for it for, like, 3 times, which is surprising because I normally don't eat Indian food out. I just knew it was gonna be so good because you have people from the country that are probably preparing this food, right? And so if I would get like a pasta, it seemed like a lot of their dishes were, they didn't have protein in them. So the days that I had
Mm.
pasta or risotto, I just told them, get me a chicken breast on the side. And they're like, oh, well, we have to give you the meal that has the chicken breast and the veggies. I'm like, bring it. Like, I need the chicken breast. So they would bring like 2 plated dinners and I would just
Okay.
grab the
Well,
chicken
that was going
breast.
to be my next question that I asked you
Yeah.
is that, because we do encourage, at least I'll speak for myself, but I'm
Hmm.
sure that you do the same thing with your clients is, you know, you'll, I'll ask or I'll tell my clients, just ask for the extra protein. Like if you know
Yeah.
that you're low on protein, ask for it. They're going to charge you for it. Just say, cool, yes, uh-huh. Because I've noticed that probably on average it's about three, maybe 4 ounces. Like if you order a salad of chicken in the
Hmm.
on the salad.
Yes. It's
Sometimes that's
usually
just
just
not
3 to 4.
enough.
No,
Yeah, it's not
no.
enough typically, so I'll just ask for the extra. So I was actually going to ask you that. Could you
Yeah.
ask for, like,
Oh,
protein
yeah,
or extra protein on the side?
it's unlimited. Everything is
Okay.
unlimited, so you could get as much as you wanted. So yeah, so I mean, I would add protein where I could, and these are just the same things that we tell our clients, like, when you're going out to a restaurant, right? Like, just like you
Mhm.
mentioned. So, kinda that's how I approached, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Breakfast, lunch was just lighter because it looked closer to what I would eat at home, and dinner, I'm assuming, was, like, 5, 6, 700 calories with
Mhm.
dessert, probably well over 1,000.
Yeah,
Right? But I'm not gonna
absolutely.
sit there and count, but we know restaurant meals are usually 1,000 plus calories,
Yeah, but even
right?
at that, even what they label or, advertise is still an estimation anyways.
Yeah, but much smaller portions. I'll admit, much smaller portions than I'm used to in the US, right? US is
Oh,
usually
okay.
like huge portions. Even restaurants here, like if I were to compare what I would get at a restaurant here to what we got at the dining hall there, they were smaller portions. So I was actually really happy about that because then you're
Okay.
not like overstuffing yourself, right?
Mhm.
It wasn't like 2 cups of rice. I would say it was probably 3/4 of a cup, maybe a cup of rice if that was what was in the dish. So that was really good, right? And I think this is where all the practice and reps comes into play, and, like, you can just look at something visually and be like, "Hmm, not bad." Like, this is
Yeah,
not crazy in insofar as, like, the volume is concerned, right?
and they probably do that for
So
waste also to kind of avoid
yeah.
waste,
Yeah,
which is
actually, you know
smart.
what? That makes sense. That is. Yeah, you're right, that is. That's actually a really good point. So that was that. I didn't. I made sure that I had our dining time later, so around 6:45, so that once we were done dinner, we would just go do whatever it is that we were going to do, and then bedtime was usually around 10. So that prevented, me from wanting that kind of late night snack, especially because I was drinking
Mm.
lots, and we'll get into that too,
Let's get
right?
into that
So
dumb fuckery later.
Y y Oh my god. So that was quite strategic on my part, and I planned that before I left. I booked my dining time accordingly, and other things as
Mhm.
well, like kids shows, things like that. But I did think about that beforehand. I'm like, I don't want to be eating dinner at like 5 and then at 8 o'clock be at the pizza joint or at the buffet, eating
Yeah,
whatever, especially knowing that I was gonna be drinking, and you know
yeah.
what happens when we're drinking. Well,
Well,
I
I
mean,
told you what happens with
we
me when I'm
exactly.
drinking, because I even asked you, I was
Yeah.
like, "Do you get kinda schnicky?" 'Cause like, when
Yeah.
I'm drinking and, like, kind of, like, throwing them back a
Yeah.
little bit, but I'm a lightweight now at this point. I have a
Yeah.
tendency
Oh, I know,
to
same.
want and crave, like, all
Yeah.
and I want the weirdest thing. I want, like, desserts and cakes
Mm,
and pizza,
mm,
and now I'm making myself hungry. And the
mm.
french fries. But, like, that's
Yes.
what I want
And
because I can't tell you how many nights I'm like, "I've been drinking. What do I want? I want fucking pizza or tacos or something crazy like that,"
but
which is not,
everyone
like,
does,
my
that's
norm.
natural. No,
Yeah.
no, it isn't our norm, but that's what everyone wants, right? Our inhibitions are lowered, and you're craving kind of greasy, fucking good tasting shit because everything tastes good when you're drunk, right?
Pizza just hits different when you're drunk.
Sometimes. I mean, one night I don't remember eating a burger.
Oh, that's
I
you're like, "Did I
was
eat a
jealous.
burger? Did I eat dinner?"
Did I eat a little bit? Did I?
I remember that conversation.
Oh my god. So yeah, so as far as like nutrition is concerned, and maybe you can like, reflect back on some of the tips that we tell our clients, but really like I feel like everything that we guide our clients with is kind of what I took with me, and I did pre-plan, like I said, there was some pre-planning, there was some foresight, there was some like, hey, let's be intentional about this. How am I going to approach this, 10-day vacation?
Mhm.
I don't want to undo all my progress in terms of like, yes, it's not going to be all or nothing, because if it was all or nothing, then yeah, you would be like, I mean, let's get real, like law of thermodynamics, like it's fucking real. You can't escape that, right?
No.
Um, but I found, and we'll get to this point, maybe we'll talk about it at the end, but sticking to my routine, everything that I do on a daily basis, the movement, the nutrition, the being intentional, all of these things helped keep me grounded throughout the entire
Yeah.
trip, which is an amazing and empowering feeling.
Yeah, but I think it's important to point out that, like, because I think you kinda talked about it a little bit, but I kinda wanna bring it back,
Yep.
and highlight it that, you had to have planning and strategy put into
Yeah.
place because 10 days is a lot of days away from home,
It
away from your
is.
normal schedule, and away from your normal routine. Now, if you were just coming and doing something like for a weekend getaway, I highly doubt you're gonna put that much thought and effort into it because it's 2 days. But 10 days is a lot. And
Yeah.
when this becomes your lifestyle and your default lifestyle, 10 days of dumb fuckery and just throwing caution to the wind is really it's not going to you're not going to lose all your progress, but you're going to feel like shit. You're going to feel out of the norm.
Yeah.
You're going to have to take a lot longer time to reset, de-bloat, feel okay again, have regular bowel movements. So
Oh my god,
I think you
yes.
almost have to, because if I had a client going on a 10-day cruise, I wouldn't be so rigid and strict, but I'd say, "Hey, you have to go with a plan. You have to go with some
Yeah.
kind of like default set of bare minimums so that way when you come back, it's not back to square one and feeling like shit." So I think
Yeah.
you had no choice but to do that.
Yeah, and you're right. That's a really fair point because if it is just a 2, 3-day thing, well, fuck it, whatever. Like, I'm just
Have
going to do the
fun.
best I can, have fun, whatever. Right. And
Yeah.
this is not to negate the fact that, like, I did not have fun. I did. I had lots of fun. But,
Yes.
again, like, I didn't want to, okay. And, well, I'm jumping here, but I did come back like 7 to 8 pounds heavier. Like, can you believe that? Now I know we all know weight fluctuations, the bloat, like everything going on, right? We're not eating the same amount of fiber, the bowel movements, everything is off. And so I knew that, but it took me a full week to get back to baseline of just getting back into routine and not even getting I see this is the thing. I didn't have to get back into routine because I was already in it the entire time.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yep.
that's one key difference from who I was before and how I function now and how I approach
Yeah.
things now. I just did all of the things and my moving into like let's talk about movement. We can go back to alcohol, but movement, same thing. Like my thing was it's non-negotiable. I need to want to maintain my average step count. That was it. And if I exceeded it, cool, like that happened, but I still stuck to the same kind of principles that I talk about. You talk about front loading, right? Like I got up
Mhm.
every day at 6 a.m., went to the gym. My kids are sleeping. Like it's 2 hours. I have 2 hours. I was up anyways. I don't sleep really well when I drink. And so I was up, went to the gym, did the treadmill, hungover, most days a little bit.
Just making the whole gym smell like alcohol from her sweat.
Girl, no, never that bad, never that bad, but, I did like, you're on the treadmill and, like, the ship's swaying, I'm like, "Oh, fuck."
You're
I
like
mean,
grabbing onto the side rails like, "Oh boy."
most days it wasn't that bad, but, and then I had no honestly, Carmi, I had no intention of doing any training, the 10 days, right?
Mhm.
But I got 4 sessions in. Why? Because I talked myself into it. I reframed it. I said, "Listen, like, you have time." I also wanted to come back and not like have to get back to where I was. I was like, you know what? No, I want to actually get back and just get right back into it and, keep doing the progressive overload. So I said, it's 35 minutes. Just fucking do it. So I did. So
But
I
that's
got three,
huge
four.
for you though.
It's
I
huge.
want to
Yes.
highlight that because I know that you've said in the past that it's very hard for you to get back into like at least like the strength training portion and
Yeah.
the training portion of your journey or your
Yes.
fitness when coming back on vacation. So I think that you held yourself accountable and knew like, hey, I'm about to hop into this fat loss phase where I'm going to have all the switches on and
Yeah.
ramped up. So I need to set myself up again, the planning, the
Yes.
foreshadowing.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
you're like, I know how I am. I know my patterns. Let's not hop into that pattern. And I'm here. I've got the time. I feel okay. Let's just put in the dues and let's just check off the check marks. I can do this. So I think that's really
Exactly.
important for you to highlight for yourself.
Thank you. Yeah, it is, and I'm proud of it because you're right. That was actually something that was on my mind as well, and so I was looking at it from some different angles, and it's like, no, just do it. And honestly, I hit some PRs there. Like I hit
Oh,
honestly, yeah, yeah. And then I came back and I hit PRs here with Andrew. I was like, Holy shit, I am proud of myself. 'Cause
You were well fed, you were carb loaded.
I know, yeah, gosh, I don't
Them
know,
nachos hit right
I
for
was
those PRs.
I was well fed in liquid calories. No, just kidding.
This girl, like, when she finally got service, she was like, "Oh, yeah, da, 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 Imma find me some nachos." I'm like, "This bitch right now knows I'm in a calorie
Oh, I
deficit, and is
found
talking about
some. Oh, yeah.
nachos. I want nachos." I'm like, "Traitor."
I forgot about that. Oh my god. Okay. So, yeah, so basically, like, again, some guardrails in place. Like, I'm gonna get my movement in, whatever that looks like. I took the stairs everywhere, from floor 5 to floor 15. You know, I clocked in like over 22,000 steps every day. After dinner, every day, I would take my kids and we would walk the track around the ship. So we would do 1 to 2 laps because it's beautiful. It's nice. It's
Yeah,
warm. You're on the ocean. And I want them. I want to model this lifestyle. This is what this is
yeah,
about, right? I'm like, yeah, let's go digest our food. And they had fun. They had some races, we laughed, and it was an experience, right? It didn't feel like, oh, this is forced, right?
yeah.
Taking the stairs, day one, I'm like, nope, fuck it, I'm taking the stairs. And eventually they caught up and they're like, no, we want to take the stairs as well. One, because the elevator was taking too long, obviously, thousands of people.
Oh,
But two, like you have my 5-year-old and my 9-year-old climbing 5 flight or 10 flights of stairs. Like little
check
one took a
them
little break.
out.
I know, right? I
Okay,
know.
little ones, I see you.
So even that shift, that's a big shift too, because it's easy to it's more comfortable to do the easier, more convenient thing,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah.
And stairs and wedges and heels is not always the best.
Yeah, I think it's important to highlight that you were intentional about
Yeah.
things
Yeah, it was
because
very intentional.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, go ahead. Sorry, I
No,
cut you off.
that's it. I just wanted people to understand that takes
Yeah,
you holding yourself accountable, having that radical responsibility, and also being
right.
intentional.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And it's just, it's you and I talk about this. It's just a part of our life now. It's who we are, it's what we do. Yes, it's on autopilot, but being on autopilot doesn't necessarily mean that it's not intentional. It's still intentional. You still have to
Yes.
choose to do it, even though
Yeah.
your body feels like it's autopilot. That's how I would look at it. Like,
Yeah. Like, I
my
still
body
had to
feels,
be intentional about this morning. Like,
yeah,
because my alarm went off earlier because my husband's like, "I thought you don't record till 8." I was like, "I know, I gotta get my day started." He's like, "Well, what does that look like for you?" I was like, "I need to get some clock in some cardio." I was like, "I don't know if I'll have time to do all 40 minutes." I was like, "But I need to clock in all as much as I
yeah,
can." And
yeah,
he's like, "Oh," he's like, "I thought you usually do it later." I was like, "I know, I usually do." I was like, "But I get lost in the sauce. And
yes,
I always say I'm gonna do it sooner or earlier, then it always ends up being 5 o'clock, and I was like, and then I become a bitch. I was like, and I don't
yeah,
wanna be a bitch. I was like, because I don't
yeah,
wanna do it, I'm pouty, I'm dragging my feet, and I'm annoyed, and then I don't wanna take it
right.
out on you guys, and he was like, "Oh, fair." He's like, "Go."
Oh, there you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's like, "Go, bitch." No, just kidding. Awareness, right? It's all
And
awareness.
intention.
Yeah, and intention. And someone said to me, like, "Oh my god, girl, did you ever sit?" I'm like, "Yeah, I sat at the pool for hours, but I was
I'm a
up."
"Oh, she sat." We saw
Oh, I
pictures.
sat. I
We saw
sat.
pictures
Yeah,
with legs
but
up.
but we're on a cruise ship, and so that means, like, going up and down to your room depending on which level you are at. I'm at 9, so I'm literally it's 4 or 5 flights of stair all the time. It was going back and forth to, the restaurant, getting food for my kids, or it's, like, taking my little one to the washroom, coming back, like, there was just a lot of up and down, back and forth, and on a cruise ship, you can be walking lots if you choose to, right? Like, back and forth, here, there, up and down. So yeah, so it was not only intentional, it also the environment itself, like, kind of
You're like, "Guys, it's a
quote unquote
whole ass
forced.
huge cruise ship, not a little itty
Huge.
bitty dinghy boat." What do they call them? The dinghy boats?
Yeah,
You're
I
like, where you can just
know.
walk back and forth.
Well, it's like
I'm
4,500 passengers, right? That's not even including the crew. So
Did it
it's
feel like that
huge.
many people? I've never been on a
No,
cruise.
no, it's huge.
Oh,
They
so
have like
that's
a whole
pretty good.
central they have a whole central park. They have this whole, like, it's
It's like a
massive. Like,
whole ecosystem on a boat.
it
That's
is.
crazy.
It is, it really is, and then when we got off the boat, there's a lot of walking, like, just naturally, you get off,
Yeah.
you water taxi to wherever, and then you walk, right? And so, yeah, so, movement is just who we are, who I am, priority, it was a non-negotiable, and that's it, and you just keep up the same things that you do in your daily life, really is what it comes down to, right?
Mhm.
So,
I think it's
yeah.
also important to highlight that the movement, so you just do the best you can, right? Like I had
Yeah,
asked you, I said, "Did they have a pretty decent gym?" And you're like, "Yeah, surprisingly they did." Now, in the event that
amazing.
you're in a location that doesn't, I mean, hey, body weight movements works just fine to clock in that
Yeah.
movement. Like it doesn't have to look any type of way. Just make it work for you so that way you can feel good about it.
Yeah, and if they didn't have a gym, like weights and stuff, oh, well, okay, they didn't, but, like, walking is free, it's accessible, it's your
Mhm.
legs, you can do that at any time, right? And,
Mhm.
even at the hotel, like, I had to do laundry, and it was on whatever floor, 6th floor, and between the dryer, the washer, the timing, I just went back downstairs into the hotel gym and walked on the treadmill because either I could sit there or I could go walk. I chose walk, right?
Yeah.
So just things like that, and I have to say the front loading was the biggest for me and always has been because when someone asks me like, "Oh shit, you didn't sit down. Um, you didn't even have to front load." I go, "No, I didn't." But I don't know what my day's going to look like. Just like at home, you don't know.
Yeah.
So I will
Yeah.
always fall back on that is to front load, right? As
Why
much
not
as I
be
can when I
overly
can, proactive.
pre-prepared?
Yeah, be proactive, right? And
Mhm.
so that is one big life hack that you and I both swear by as much as we
Yeah, because
can,
even if
right?
you overclocked your steps, who cares? At least you got them in. I mean, because
Well,
I'll,
this is
I'll
just it.
tell you right now, I'll tell on myself yesterday, I did not front load. I thought I would
Yeah.
clock in enough. And by the time we got home, I was only at 6,000. And I was like, okay, well, but I
Yeah.
wasn't about at 9 o'clock at night gonna hop on the treadmill. So that's
No.
where I should have had the gift of foresight and
Yeah.
front loaded because that's the thing is it's better to be prepared than be grumpy at the end of the night going, ugh. But I
Yeah,
was like, "Okay,
yeah.
well, I'll make up for it." But here's the caveat to me, is I'm clocking 10 to 12,000 steps on a daily
Yeah.
basis because of work. My step goal is only like 10. So I
Yeah.
know that I justified it knowing
Yeah.
that I have overclocked. I have gone over
Right.
12,000 all week. So I was like, "Okay, let's
Cool.
not be neurotic. Let's go to bed." And so I
Exactly.
justified it that way. But now today, what I'm gonna do as soon as I get off with you is I'll make everybody or whoever needs breakfast. And before I sit down and eat, I'm gonna hop on the treadmill and clock in about 15 minutes just to get a little bit front loaded. Because I don't
There
know
you
where
go.
the day's gonna take me. Because I know
Exactly.
I have some projects that my husband wants me to get started. Um, but it'll keep me busy, but I don't know if it'll keep me up and moving. So
Right. Well, this is
I
just
just
it,
have to make
right?
sure.
And I like that word you said, not be neurotic. Like I remember at the hotel, it was like, I don't know, 11 o'clock at night. And I'm like, okay, kids, sit here in the gym floor. Remember I texted you?
Oh, you were like, yes, you were texting and then you
but
were
that,
voice noting, and I was
but
like, this girl.
I didn't, because that day that we traveled, it was a red eye. And then we were at the airport and I was like, holy shit, I only have like 2,000 steps. And so
Oh,
what I ended up
that's
doing
surprising.
yeah, it was, it was in between. So the next day in the layover, then I'm like, "Okay, what can I do?" So then I just walked. I walked the airport back and forth for like, I don't know, 45 minutes, got about 4,000 steps in. I'm like, "Cool, I'm at 6,000, but now we're on a plane for the next 5 hours and whatever." And then so we're at the hotel and I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm only at like, 7, 8,000 steps. Like this, I'm not even hitting my goal and my kids aren't tired. I don't have to go to bed yet. So cool. Let's just do this. You guys get on your
Okay.
iPads. I'll get on the treadmill for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever. And then next day, same thing. Like we were sitting with a bunch of people for hours and hours on end. And I was like, okay, I'm like, fuck it. You know what? You guys go get ready for bed. I'm gonna go do my walk and get some steps in. And so I did, right? It was there. It wasn't being neurotic. It was just like, I value this and I want to make sure for me that I'm at least hitting my minimum, right?
Yeah, it was
My
important
minimum.
for you.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the caveat, right? It wasn't to
Yeah.
burn off food or do this or as a source of punishment. No, it's yeah, it was just strictly that. So there you go. Got it in where I could fit it in. Wasn't like killing myself over it either. It was just where can I get it in? when can I do it, and just get it done, and that was it. So that was a movement piece for me. Um,
Okay, well, let's segue into alcohol.
yeah, alcohol.
How
Okay,
did you
yeah,
navigate that? Did you drink?
yeah.
Did you not
Oh my
drink? Did you
god.
abstain?
Yeah.
I
Uh,
know the answer.
Please retract that last part of your question. Is that rhetorical? No. No, I'm kidding.
Like, that's
Okay.
not even my vocabulary.
I know. Abstain. What's that word? Well, yeah, like,
My dog's
you
judging
know,
you.
I know. Even
Hazel.
more my he's like, bitch." No, for real though, like, my relationship with alcohol, like, people that know me, like, it's something that I've worked on, and in the last 4 years, and it's just been a progressive kind of over time where I just don't drink as much anymore at all, right? Like,
Mhm.
I before the cruise, it had been a couple months already, so I hadn't drank, and, so speaking of lightweight, and now same thing, obviously, I'm going to the fat loss phase, but I didn't plan to drink until Vegas anyways, right? And so how
Right.
I approached it was this: I knew I was gonna be eating over maintenance or consuming overall calories over maintenance. That is just what was gonna be the case, realistic, and I also wasn't like, "Oh, okay, hey, I can't drink that much." I was just like, "I'm gonna drink what I drink," because I started at noon and finished at 8, right? Usually most nights. And, I
You made it a part-time job. Just
and
kidding.
some of the sometimes it was fine, sometimes it was like 11:40. No, just before noon. Dude, we were at the pool at like 9:30, god.
We do
But
that when we're on
I
vacation, like, when we're at
know,
our
I know.
timeshare. Yeah, no, we're
Yeah,
we're we're clocking in at, like, 9 because it's I mean, the
exactly.
weather's nice, I mean, the kids have fun with it. My kids will be in the pool from, like, 9 to, like, 5 o'clock. I gotta pull
Yeah,
them out of the dang pool.
oh, yeah, mine were going back and forth from the pool and the hot tub and telling me to go into the hot tub, like, numerous times, but, like, from I'd say, like, yeah, 9:30 to, like, 2, 3 PM, and then obviously we had to get going, but so what I set for myself was, and this is something I always say when it comes to alcohol, just in general, it's like, try not to have too many slushy drinks because they have, like, anywhere from 3, 4, 5, 600 calories, right? Like the, pina
Because of the
coladas, your
syrups and the juices and stuff.
the frozen margaritas, all of those, and the other one was, just cocktails.
Anything
Yeah,
that's like a
just
mixed drink.
yeah,
Like the
juices, right?
fruity, like if it's pretty and frou-frou-y and it's got fruit on
Yes,
top, more than likely you're drinking a ton of calories.
and you're not just having this much, you're on a cruise, and if you have a drink package like we did, unlimited, it was right? Like, whatever you want. And so I just, stuck to 100 calorie, your, White Claws are 100 calories, but
Mhm.
all spritzers usually 80, 90, 100 calories. Stuck to light beer. I love beer, especially, on a vacation where it's hot. Normally, no, it's usually just 1, right? But, like,
Mhm.
yeah, on a vacation, you wanna be sipping on some cold ass beer. So I stuck to light beer, and then it was just white wine, usually for dinner, and then I would just add, I've always said this, just add some soda and ice,
Mhm.
it gives you some hydration, but it also makes the drink last longer, so that's what I stuck to, but I still probably had, like, upwards of 700 plus calories in alcohol a day, if not more, um, well, I
But I
mean,
think
if you
that's
think about it,
I mean, that's
right?
important to highlight though, because people don't
Yeah.
realize that throwing back those drinks like a, you're wondering why you
Yes.
come back from your
5
vacations like
pounds heavier.
bloated and five to
Yes.
10 pounds heavier because you've
Yeah.
drinking a whole ass meal in calories for like an entire day. And that's
So for
even if you're
my
being intentional. When
exactly,
you're
I was
not
being
being
intentional.
intentional, yeah, because sometimes those pina coladas and those margaritas, they look fun and fancy and, you
Yeah, but
don't realize
enough
you're
of
drinking like
them
1,000, 1,500 calories in just drinks alone, and then you haven't even counted the food you ate yet.
and on top of the other alcohol that you're gonna consume. That's just your
Yeah.
2 frozen drinks where we're looking at, like, 700 to 1,000 calories. Now you're looking at throwing in beer and wine and whatever at
Mhm.
dinner, whatever it may be. So, it is a lot more, and I think one key thing here is, like, when you go through the process, when you work with a coach, when you understand calories, nutrition, calories in, calories out, like, all of that, it's not, to me, it's no longer restrictive, it's empowering.
Mhm.
the knowledge that I have and how you and I both have practiced that over the years and all the reps that we put in, I can't tell you how influential and how helpful it was for me this vacation. Like, I didn't feel guilty at all. Like some people will
Yes.
feel guilty having that or feel like, oh my God, I'm going to
Or
go home and
fearful.
or fearful, or I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna gain weight and I'm gonna be like, what's gonna happen? And fuck it when I get home because what does it matter? I gain 5, 6 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Realistically, if you're not intentional, you probably, with an all you can eat, drinking, and eating type of vacation, you probably could gain 4 or 5 pounds of fat for sure. I
Yeah.
know it doesn't seem like it, but when you actually take a step back and when
Well,
your
because it
maintenance
depends on your
calories.
frame too.
Yes, exactly. As a woman, like for most, like let's just say on average, if your maintenance calories are between 1,800 and 2,000, girl, that's gone
You
with
can
just your
easily
alcohol.
consume 3 to 4,000 calories on a daily basis, on a cruise with unlimited drinks and food, very
More.
easily,
Yeah.
without even thinking
Yeah.
about it. So
Yeah,
if you're doing that for a
exactly.
whole week straight, yeah, sis.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't
And then you're
honestly,
not being intentional about your movement or anything else like that, yeah. Like,
yeah, it's gonna.
if you're just rotting on the sun chair the whole entire time,
Oh,
yeah,
and
you
imagine
probably
no
can.
movement. Let's add in no
That's
movement.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
you sun rotted a little bit, but you also were intentional about your movement. You wanted to make sure
Yeah.
that that was a non-negotiable. But that's
Yeah.
again going
Yeah.
back to that whole empowering thing because it's you're educated, you're knowledgeable, you know about these things, so you can go into it feeling comfortable. Because
Yeah.
you and I can walk it into on into a vacation, and if I want to drink, I know like the free for drinks I'm going to stay away from because it's just not worth it to me. I'd rather order a bomb ass dessert together
Mhm.
than the free for dessert. I'm like a simplest at heart. Just give me a shot of Crown with, some Coke Zero or
Yes.
Diet Coke in it because now I'm only
Yes.
drinking the whiskey calories and not the mixer
Yes.
calories. And same thing
Yes.
with vodka. Do a vodka with
Vodka
club
soda or
soda with
yep.
a spritz of lime. And now
Yep.
you're just only drinking the vodka calories. But again, that's us being empowered and knowledgeable and comfortable with making those
Yeah.
choices and not having it be all or nothing. Like I can't have
Yep.
the alcohol because it's gonna make me regret everything when I come home. No, give me it.
Yeah, exactly. Bring it on, bitch. So consistency, right? This all comes to down to consistency. Even being on vacation is not about perfection. It's just about being consistent.
Mhm,
Consistent with just your lifestyle habits and whatever you can take from, what you do at home and transfer that to your vacation and then
mhm,
consistent with just the choices that you're making, right? You always say this, I say this, you just make the what is it? The good, better, best choice, right?
mhm.
Um,
And what's
and,
worth it to you?
and what's worth it? And that's the question, like, what is worth it to you? Exactly.
Mhm.
Like for me, it was a dessert after dinner. And even then I was selective about what I ate. If a dessert came out and I had a bite, maybe two, and I didn't like it, I left it. That's
Yeah,
wild
that's
to me.
yeah,
Like back in the day, I would just eat it just for the
because you
sake of
didn't wanna
eating.
waste it. You're like, you don't wanna be disrespectful, you don't wanna seem like you're wasting, so you just
Or
eat it. Because I mean,
mediocre, right?
that's something
Mediocre,
that was ingrained in my head is, like, if
right.
we went to a buffet and you got it, like, you tried it, you didn't like it, well, you gotta eat it because you got it, you put it on your plate, and
Mm,
now I'm just like, "No,
mhm.
if I don't like it, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna eat it, it's not worth it to me. Imma go find me something that's worth it, and if there isn't anything, then I'm just gonna say forget it."
Forget it. Yeah, and some days, like, there wasn't anything that appealed to me, and so my kids would always get chocolate chip cookies and ice cream, and then I'd have some other cookie, dip it in their ice cream, and that was it, a few bites, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
enough to
just
just
gotta
kind of
find. Yes, yes. And it's just enough to, like you said, like, just fulfill that kind of craving,
Mhm.
and, I again,
What's that
like,
saying
this
again
whole
about dessert anyways? The first bite is, like, the one that's, like, euphoric, and then after you take a couple more bites, it's just kinda like
it's
whatever.
just,
So
blah,
usually it's
eh.
like, what is that 3 bites? Take 3 bites and be done?
Oh, I don't know, I've never heard of that, but that makes
Yeah, I've heard
sense. It
some
totally
kind
makes
of theory
sense.
about that. Y'all can chime in, when you listen to this. Yeah, I've heard some kind of theory behind that about like eating a dessert, like typically like all you really want is 3 bites anyways because after the 3rd or 4th bite, it all just starts tasting the same. I think like the first bite
Yeah.
hits some kind of sense, the second bite hits another sense, and the third bite hits like whatever else senses, and then after that you're just on autopilot eating it.
Yeah. Yeah, that could I think that's how it is too anyways, even for us. Like, I was telling you though, like now if when I have something, like I'll have a few bites of something and then I'm done. But that wasn't me before, right? Like I
Yeah.
wasn't like that before, but now it's just like it doesn't matter what I'm eating, whether it's pizza, hamburgers, fries, like I am just I don't know, it's just where I'm at now.
Oh, when I told you what I wanted to full send go like crazy
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Yeah, I'm like, "Okay, I'll join you, but I don't know if I can, like, eat the whole thing." But
And
I'm there, girl.
for context, we're, because we're both gonna be coming out of fat loss phases when we hit Vegas, and I was like, "I want all the things," and I was like, "I want taquitos, I want tacos, I want pizza, I want noodles." And I was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
I'm game, but I can't eat it all," and I was like, "Okay, cool, more for me."
Mhm. Like,
You order
I'll just have a little bit of out of your
"Hi,
plate.
good morning, what's up? You want your puppy? You can come get him. You want him? Good morning, sweet girl. You sleep good? Okay, I'll be down here in a little bit. Love ya.
Like, listen,
I can make you breakfast, yeah. Okay, just close the door, I'll make you breakfast."
girl, go have some cereal. No. I'll be honest though, like, with alcohol, let's just be real, like, let's preface this for everyone, like, no amount of alcohol is good for you. We know that, we've done an episode on this. I chose to
Yeah.
have it. I knew it was gonna impact my sleep. That was a trade-off. That is okay. I was dead when I got back. It took me this whole week to finally, like, recuperate from the damage, but
Damage. Reword
I
that,
chose
reframe
it.
that.
I know, the damage.
Reframe that for our listeners.
Well, it is damaging. I was so tired. Oh my
So, actually,
gosh.
let me ask you a question because we had a private conversation and you
Yeah.
going back to your I think you said 7 pounds up when you came back?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 7 or 8
Now,
even. 7,
when
yeah,
you leveled back out because you were like, "I think some of it might be, fat gain." What did
yeah,
you level back out to your
yeah.
predestination weight? You did?
I did. Actually, I thought I gained a
Oh, okay.
pound, but no, I checked today and I'm pretty much back to where I left.
Okay.
Mind you, so I got back on a Sunday early morning, like 3 a.m. And then Monday, I had a really hard workout with my coach. I had a really hard workout with my coach again on Wednesday. Thursday, I had my tattoo, right? 5 hours.
Mhm.
So I was inflamed. Like, so it wasn't just from
Mm,
travel, it was also from the workouts and stuff. And fair enough, it took me a whole week to level out. So I may have gained a pound, but as of this moment, it looks like I don't think I gained any weight actually because
okay.
I was saying I'm like, "Oh, my tightest jeans still fit the same." So I knew even coming back that like my clothes were fitting perfectly fine, right? And so this is
Mhm.
where like the whole scale fluctuations and we can't let the scale control us. Like you can't
Yeah.
that's just one measure of where
Yeah.
you're at, right? And it's so
Yeah.
important to point that out. And I know some people just say don't look at the scale at all, but I wanted data like for content and just for us and reference and for myself
Mhm.
as well because I haven't been on a vacation like this. All my clients do, and so I give them all of these tips and guide them, but I haven't been through it myself, and so this is
Yeah.
the first time I actually been through a vacation where like nothing was within my control as far as food prep was concerned, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
so
kinda
it
hate
was
that
interesting.
advice. I hate
What's
the
that?
advice of the "don't look at the scale," because I'm like,
Yeah,
let's stop being a generation that has a terrible relationship with the scale. Let's start working on that relationship. Let's start diving into the fact that, like, why does the scale make us spiral? Why do we put so
yeah,
much weight in it? Why do we invest so much of our emotions into it? Like, we all
right,
know it's a data point. It's a
right.
tool for measurement.
But we
Like,
don't though. We don't though, I think, Carmi. I think we'll just speak as women, like even me prior to coming into this, like I don't think I knew that. Like I think that you and
we
I
don't.
right? I think but the way that you get there is what you're
But that's
saying is to
but
do
that's
it.
yeah, that's exactly my point is because you and
Yeah.
I both have
Yeah.
been on both sides of it where, like, all of our emotion was tied into the scale, but it's like, let's stop pussyfooting around it. Let's actually work
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And
so for coaches
like
to, like, with clients, they're like, "Well, then just don't get on the scale." Okay, yes, but no. Like, let's figure out workarounds around it, but then let's also work on your relationship with it hand in hand so that we can
right.
start to use it as data points and start to use it as it's intended as which is just that's a number.
Data. But it depends on where that client's at. Like, they might just be starting and they're going on a vacation and maybe okay in that, you know,
Okay,
that situation.
that's a good
Maybe it's
point.
not,
That's a fair point.
right? Like, so
That's a
it
fair point.
depends, right? But if they've been in the ecosystem and process for long enough in your ecosystem and doing the work, then maybe that is definitely something to talk about and
Yeah,
see, like, if you're comfortable with, and like, hey, like,
that's
this has
fair.
been my experience and maybe, you can try it, like, if you're comfortable with it. But boy, oh boy, I'm not gonna lie, I fucking saw that, and I'm the crazy one that got on the scale at 3 a.m. Like, when I got
I think it's important for you to also understand and recognize that you were very underslept. So I'm
I
sure
know.
that also took a role.
Oh, that
I
too. Yeah. Yeah,
I
but
don't think you highlighted that. I know that privately
oh,
and personally,
yes.
but yes,
Oh
you
my god,
also needed to
yes.
factor in the stress and you not sleeping. I know that there was a lot of nights. So you
Yeah.
probably averaged what, 4 nights?
For
4 hours.
I think most nights I did. So with alcohol, I'll pass out for a few hours. So it was like 10 to 1:30, 2 a.m. I'd be up for a couple hours and then I'd fall asleep again for a couple hours and then I was
Okay.
up. And when I'm up, so that's, yeah, 4, maybe 5 hours some nights, but 4 hours most nights. And then I was up at 6. I was just like, fuck it. I'm going to get up. Right. And so then I just made it my routine. And yeah, I was very underslept. So you have that as well. Right.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for
I'm
pointing
like,
that out.
she just traveled. She traveled
Actu
far. I'm like,
yeah,
she
yeah.
also hasn't slept. I'm like, God, go to bed. I'm over here momming you. Like, take your ass
I
to bed.
know. I know. I chose it. And again, I chose this. I know the consequences, but I know the trade-offs, right? I was
Yeah.
okay with it. I wanna make that quite clear. Like, my expectations were completely aligned with my actions,
And they were. I will attest to that because you
right?
you you said it out loud and you said it from your chest. You're like, this is how I'm handling it. Full
Yeah.
send go. And I was like, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
and you and I are both those coaches. Like, I want to be as transparent as fuck, like as much as I can be. I'm that coach that does drink. You are too,
Mhm.
of course, not like in the past, but we do drink. We do have fun. We do approach our vacations, and or just life situations, and we practice what we preach, and
Mhm.
we understand you as our audience or the people, like, we're humans, we're all humans, like, we're not, as a coach, like, I'm not perfect, I'm never going to be. I'm just
Yeah.
not, and like, that's it, right? And I think the main takeaway of this episode and, vacations in general is just, when you have those lifestyle habits in place and you choose to take all of those things that you've learned and you choose to move through the vacation and implement those things, then you're going to be okay. I think that's the key thing. Again, like, not the all or nothing. Like, we just don't throw everything out the window. We just take what we have, keep practicing those things to the best of our, capabilities and the environment around us, and, whatever allows us to do what we can, whether you have a gym, don't have a gym. At the end of the day, we all have legs. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, truth.
Right?
All I
Right?
hear is
So,
facts.
legs. Yeah. So, I think that's it. I don't know. I don't really have much else to contribute. I mean, I all week I posted about it, so you can always just go check out my posts. So I'm done with that after today. There's a lot of good information out there, in there. So yeah, just
It
yeah.
but what I love about it though, it's realistic. It's realistic for like
Yes.
the general lay population. Because
Yeah.
going back to what you said, like we're not trying to be bikini bodybuilders. We are
Yeah.
here to resonate with you as the everyday mom who cares about health and fitness, but also knows that like we still want to enjoy life. And that means drinking,
Yeah.
enjoying vacations, and enjoying meals out.
Yeah. Exactly. Period. Right. So
Mic
there
drop.
you have
Just
it,
kidding.
folks. Done. I'm sure there's other tidbits of information that we missed, but I think that does a good
I
job
think
of
you
it.
pretty well covered it. I think based off of
Yeah.
what we talked about, and I think it will be super helpful, and I think validating for people.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, all right. Well, with that, I guess we'll end it here. right? Make sure
Yep.
to love, share. What's that other word? Oh my gosh. See,
Subscribe,
subscribe,
comment.
comment.
The brain fog's hitting.
Oh my gosh, it still is. Yes, and it's a time change. Time change, people. Yeah, we'll
Not
see
me
you next
Googling,
week.
does Canada do a time change?
It's
I
Canada
really
and Big
did.
Ten. I know. Actually, I think we're moving towards not. So we'll see. That might happen where we don't do time
I
change
hope
anymore.
we do too, though. I had heard rumors. This
Yeah,
time change,
I
whatever.
know. Let's just leave
Over
it,
it.
right? And
Because I
mind
was like,
fuck.
damn, we have
Anyways.
a whole bunch of things like set up already scheduled. I'm like, are we going to be 2 hour time difference? It's going to be rough.
I know.
Because one
I
of them's early.
know.
I'm like,
Yeah, we got a lot of guest episodes coming up here, so stay tuned for that. But with
mhm.
that, we'll see you next time and hope you guys enjoyed the show. Bye.
Bye bye.